Hello again and welcome to episode 5 of my Great Guitar build. Now, if anybody wonders what this symbol is on the wall behind me, I have no idea. I'm renting this house and it was there when I rented it. So what do we have? We have the top, the body, the neck, inlays partly done, a little bit of work left to do on those. In fact, the next thing I need to do is to recut the fret slots, because the fret slots, I need to actually cut away the edges of the inlays to recreate the fret slots. So that's going to be quite exciting as they're aluminium. And I think the first thing I want to do is to glue the top onto the body so that I can really get that into shape. Two more little things to tell you. Firstly, I've just got some new Radian router bits, so I'm looking forward to seeing if they're as good as people tell me that they are when I use them to route out various bits and pieces on the body. And the second thing is that I've changed my video editing software, so if you ever actually see this video it means that that worked, and hopefully it's going to be an improvement on my previous software which kept crashing and wasted a lot of my time. So fingers crossed on that. Anyway, let's get building again. So for better or for worse, here is the body. That looks okay. There may be a tiny gap there that I can fill, but otherwise that looks pretty good. You saw that I used the router to clean up the sides. And one thing that's happened is that some of the wood here, the Avancol piece here, has torn out, and so I'm going to have to either fill that or chip it out and put another piece in there of some sort, which is what I might do instead. Another small repair job that's needed is to fill any tiny gaps between the aluminium inlays and the fretboard. And I have some dust from the same wood which I made earlier, and I'm going to just fill any little gaps like that. I'm sanding the edges of the inlays flat and also just rounding the edge of the fretboard for comfort. You don't need to do an awful lot of that, I've already done it on here, just enough to take the edge off for the player. So I've reshaped the neck up here to more closely model the body of the guitar, where I reshaped the heel area. I haven't got rid of all of this crack here, unfortunately, so I need to do something to fill it. Okay, we'll see how this turns out. I can't say I'm super happy about the whole thing, and were this a professionally built guitar, I suspect you'd throw the neck away and start again. I'm going to do the next of a lot of tedious jobs on the fretwork, and here, because I want to cover up the fret ends on the side of the fretboard, I need to cut off the tangs of the frets. So I need to first of all make sure I'm the right way round. Take these and then nibble off the tongues so that they're a little bit inside the limits of the fretboard for each fret. That seems to have filled reasonably well. It's rather ugly, but we'll see what we can do about that. Maybe I can stain it a little bit when it's been sanded down. So we know we have a problem with the neck, and I've decided that it's time to solve it properly. I have the piece here where there was a flaw in the wood, and I did try and fill it, and it's brown now because I tried staining it, but I've decided that the proper course of action is actually to route it out and fill it. So here's my jig. I've got two pieces of this, so it's the same width clamped between two straight bits of wood, and that will act as a pattern for the routing. It's not perfect, but it looks a lot better than it did. So that's the end of episode 5 of this build, and I'm putting my feet up because I managed to twist my ankle last week, so I'm resting that. I've got about as far as I can at the moment with this guitar. So I've got the body here, that's all done and sanded. You can see the colours that I've put on the back there. I've got the neck, which is where the frets are all polished, everything's sanded, and that's ready as well. And I'd wanted to actually glue the two together at this stage, but I'm waiting for the bridge to find out what the neck angle needs to be. But anyway, there's sort of the whole guitar. So now the next thing I have to do is just wait until the bridge and the pieces for the headstock arrive. I hope they'll come this week, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble for finishing the build on time. Hopefully there'll be another episode in another couple of weeks' time. Until then, enjoy watching the other competitors and see you soon.